Good morning, it's Market Day Report. Okay, we could have a wild day in the markets, not just talking about livestock markets, but other markets as well, like energy markets. We'll talk more about that in a moment. First off, let's go through the row crops, starting with the corn market, and old crop down 7, new crop is off 5 3/4 cents, 4.13 1/4. Now USDA announcing overnight flash sales to Mexico and unknown destinations. Mexico taking another 225,000 metric tons. Just trying to do my figuring here. That's like 750,000 metric tons or so in the previous week. Pretty big sales from Mexico. And then unknown destinations taking 229,000 metric tons. Market not reacting. Soybeans and the November down 9.5, 10, 11.5. More on soybeans in just a moment. Wheat market down 3, 5.35 1/4. Hard red is off 3/4 penny at 5.25 3/4. Spring wheat is lower across the board. Cotton market up 51 points, 68.74. I mentioned soybeans because that's where we'll find a certified crop advisor with the mill. It's Ben Hushon. All right, Ben, soybeans, tell us what's happening.
Good morning, Tony. An awful lot is happening. Kind of a similar theme that we've talked about for the last month. Out here, it is almost like a greenhouse in our community for the last 30, 45 days. We're having rain on a regular basis. We had anywhere from 1 to 3 inches over the weekend in various storms that came through. We're hot and humid already this morning. So again, things are growing. Here we are at the end of July, and we have full season soybeans up past my belly button. And what's interesting about the beans, they have a long way to go. We have pods at the bottom that already have little beans in it. Part way up, we're still at flat. And then you go clear up to the top, we are still pushing out new flowers. So all those flowers have a chance to become a pod if we're able to protect them and keep good weather. We've got the great weather. A little bit ago, I had a Japanese beetle that was dying to be on TV, and I was going to show you because that's one of the challenges that we have at this point is trying to keep these leaves, which are the solar panel for the soybeans, trying to keep these leaves clean of disease, but probably more importantly at this point, keep the Japanese beetle and the cereal leaf beetle away from them. So lots happening in the field for sure at this time.
And definitely if you're having to treat for pest pressure, that means additional cost, means tighter margins. So I guess there's a balance in there. You can't really afford to not treat, can you?
Tony, that's a great question. We're seeing more and more of that this year. The pencil, not just, hey, I have found this disease or I have found this insect. It's above the threshold that the extension and land grant universities have set. It's but what's the math on that? A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about tar spot. Well, that's $60 to $80 an acre. For $4 corn, you have to really have a lot of confidence in what you're doing. Kind of the same thing here. Normally in a hot, if beans were $13, $14, we would be coming through this field either with a ground rig or a drone, or in some cases in our community, helicopters. We'd be putting a fungicide, we'd be putting a foliar fertilizer and an insecticide because there are some diseases in here. I've already talked about the insects. You can see them working on the new leaves. So there would be a high probability this year. It's the math, so way more conversations happening, rightly so, than what we have had the last several years.
Ben, appreciate you stopping by, but just laying that out, that I think is a conversation that needs to be happening a little more often. Ben Hushon is with the mill, and you think about it, shrugging off export sales numbers by the market because of such a large crop, potential crop, but are we factoring in maybe the lack of inputs to get to the potential simply because it doesn't pencil out? Big question. We'll see what the answer is soon. Right now, we'll take a break, come back, talk more markets. Market Day Report continues in a moment.